Hey, what's up everyone? Adam here with brahwegotthis, and today I'm going to help you learn how to get skill points faster and show you the best methods for getting these in the game besides just doing Sky Shard collection. These methods are what I like to do when I make alternate characters, and I also will show you the other methods that might not be as fast but are a little more laid back as well, and some tips to go along with those and all the rest of the methods. Before we get started, I do want to mention that if you want to watch me play live, I stream on twitch.tv/brahwegotthis on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You find that link in the description if you want to come by. Also, you can join our guild and Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description as well. And if you like this content, make sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell icon so you are notified with my videos and any giveaways that I do. And lastly, check out our new website at brahwegotthis.com for text guides and much more. So skill points are one of my biggest questions that I get in chat and through comments or Discord. Players ask all the time, what's the best or fastest way to gather these wonderful points? And I will say this, if you take your time in this game and quest, you will accumulate a lot of them for your main account, but obviously players that want fast methods when they make new characters because you don't want to quest all over again. So I'm going to give you my 4 best ways to get skill points all in the base game. So one of the best methods to getting skill points is running dungeons and doing the quests in them. So if you look on the map right here, you'll see a dungeon called Blessed Crucible. That is a base game dungeon. To get the skill points, you have to do the quests. Not a lot of people realize this, but each dungeon will give you a skill point the first time you complete those quests on your character. So in the base game, there are 26 dungeons, including the Imperial City dungeons, since the DLC is free in the Crown Store. So if you go to your specific dungeons, you can see all of them right here. If you count the DLC dungeons, there are 40 dungeons. If you do all these dungeon quests, that is 40 skill points right there. You don't need to do these on veteran at all, only on normals. The reason this is one of my favorite methods is because you not only are getting skill points, you are learning the dungeon's mechanics for harder content. You are also leveling and getting solid XP from the quests, and you are getting some achievements to go along with it. The only setback to this is the dungeon finder if you are a DPS. So tanks will have no problem with this, but if you want to run these as a DPS, you need to group up to get faster queue times, which is why you need to join our Discord and our guild, as we have people running these a lot. We have a PCNA guild, we have a PCEU guild building, we have a PS4 and Xbox guild that is slowly building as well. Join up, y'all. It's in the description. Otherwise, if you can get in a group of 4 to run these, you can go down the list and complete these in no time. Again, you do not have to do them on veteran. The second method that I love doing is public dungeons, not group dungeons, but public dungeons. These differ from group dungeons because these have other players not in your group in them. These dungeons are denoted by this symbol right here. You see it doesn't have the little like square looking one like that. That's a group dungeon of 4. This is a public dungeon. Most base game zones have one of these in each of their zones. Most DLC or expansion zones have 1 to 2 of these. These will always give a skill point as well, as long as you complete the group or multiplayer boss event. So if you look here, if I go into my map, you'll see that right here, it says Lion's Den Group Event. If you complete this group challenge, you will get the skill point. You don't have to kill any of the other bosses necessarily. However, some of the boss events only spawn when you progress through the quest line in the public dungeon. So some of these, if you have a team, you can do this in like 2 minutes if you just run through and get to the group boss. Other ones will take a little more time. And to be honest, you don't even need a group sometimes because a lot of times there are other randoms in there helping out. Now, 2 add-ons that are great for this are Votan's mini-map, which allows you to see your mini-map in the corner here. And then the other one is Map Pins. Map Pins allows you to see where the bosses are in the dungeon, the Sky Shard, and where the group event boss is if you were on PC. Those add-ons are great. If you want to check out my full add-on video, you guys can check that out in the description or the top of the screen. These, again, can go really fast depending on the group. There are at least 16 in the base game. That's 16 more skill points right there. So between doing all the group dungeons and the public dungeons in the base game, we are at like at least 42 skill points right there. The next method is Delve Sky Shards, and specifically Craglorn Delve Sky Shards. So Craglorn is right here. Craglorn is in the base game. Craglorn, the reason it is the best place to do delves, in my opinion, is it has the most delves in the game, and because there are two different types of delves, group delves and normal delves. If you are familiar with how Sky Shards work, you need 3 Sky Shard collections to make 1 skill point. So every 3 Sky Shards you collect, you will get a skill point. Since these are littered all over the zone, as you see here, this is one of the best zones for doing delve runs. Getting a solid team together can be very efficient, and with the Sky Shards add-on on PC, you can see exactly where they are in the actual delve. Doing the delve will also get you achievements and XP. Obviously, you can continue these into other zones as well, but those delves, for the most part, are spaced out more, so it isn't as efficient because you can see how many delves are in this zone. And if you go to like just any other zone, you see that some of them are a little more spaced out. Some are close. It just depends, but you have to kind of just figure out that after you do these Craglorn ones and see which ones are closer together. The last method I like doing and that I think is fun is actually questing. In the base game, if you do all the zone quests and the Cold Harbor quests, you can receive at least 49 skill points. These quests are denoted by the marker that you see here in the map completion or quest zone guide. You see these quest markers right here. That denotes a zone quest. So they start down here in Ardon, it moves its way up, and you complete the zone quest line, and you go to each zone in the Automated Dominion. You do the same in the Daggerfall Covenant, you do the same in the Ebonheart Pack, and then you do the same in Cold Harbor. And these quests can be very fast depending on if you want to read or like skim through the text of the quest. You can just spam through it and go to the next person you need to talk to or do the next thing you need to do. Again, this includes the Automated Dominion, the Daggerfall Covenant, and the Ebonheart Pact and Cold Harbor main quests. If you do the main ESO quest line, you can get loads of skill points from that as well. Coupling this with Sky Shard Collection when you are running around the map, this is a great way to get skill points, because if you need to go to a said location for a quest, if there's a Sky Shard or something, you might as well pick it up, because if I'm in Ardon, I'm doing quests, I go here, pick up that Sky Shard, I'm moving my way up, I get to another Sky Shard. You know, it's a great way to grab skill points as you're doing your quests as well. Now, most DLC and expansion zones only give about half of the skill points that you're going to get from the base game zones, just because they're either smaller or have smaller content. It's just the way they design them. And other lines that give solid skill points are lines like the Thieves Guild, the Dark Brotherhood. But if this is your first character, what I did was I did every quest in the base game that afforded me the ability to have so many skill points. Now, for alternate characters, I know this isn't maybe what you want, so try the methods before these and maybe use this method as a last resort once you do all of the other methods that I showed you before, and if you need more points. You might not need that many more points. So try the methods before this if you're making an alternate character. Now, some other methods that you can do that I just don't really do because I don't like doing them or I don't think they're that great. First one is PvP. Every time you level up in the Alliance War, so if you look up here in Alliance War, every time you level up here, you will get a skill point. I don't do this as much. You obviously know if you follow me on Twitch or watch me on Twitch, I suck at PvP, so I don't do this, but that's another method. The skill leveler, when you're actually leveling from 1 to 50 now, it gives you 64 skill points. That's basically what happened before, but it's just something that they implemented to help you level up more. They give you tips, they give you items, things like that. That gets you 64 skill points from 1 to level 50. Expansion Zone quests will also give you skill points as well, just not as many as in the base game. So, you got Greymore, you got Murkmire, Southern Elsewhere, Northern Elsewhere, Somerset, things like that. You can get skill points from doing all of those. And the other one, obviously, is the Sky Shard Collection in general. And my tip for Sky Shard Collection is finding zones that are closer together. Like the Rift and East March have some pretty close proximity Sky Shards, and so they're not bad for collection. But again, everyone kind of gets burnt out of collecting Sky Shards, so that's why I prefer those first 4 methods like I showed you guys before. And then some tips in general when it comes to getting skill points from all these methods and from the methods that I showed you all before is Obviously, having rapids or rapid maneuver from the PvP skill line, if you look right here, getting this is going to speed up your sprinting and your mounting, so it's obviously going to help. Having a high mount speed, so training your mount speed every day is going to help. The Ring of the Wild Hunt mythic item is something that can also help. It gives a speed boost when you're not in combat. The Ring of the Wild Hunt is a solid thing as well. And then the more way shrines that you have obviously helps as well, because you can teleport to, say, sky shards that you don't have, like this one. If you didn't have this way shrine, it would take you a little longer to get there. And then obviously doing all this stuff in a group, it helps, y'all. I'm telling you. Try to play it in a group when you do things like this. I mean, this game is meant for groups. I know there's some solo stuff you can do in this game, but make sure to link up in our Discord, link up in our guild, okay? Because we've got a lot of people that really enjoy the game. We have an awesome community here. So doing this in a group will help you out, I promise you. But those are my tips while you are doing this. Again, I would recommend doing those 4 methods before collecting sky shards, because you're going to burn yourself out collecting sky shards. The 4 methods that I gave you are going to be fun, and they're going to be refreshing, and they're going to be easy to do, I promise you. So try those out, and then let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. But that is the end of the video, y'all. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure again to like, subscribe, heavy attack that bell icon, and share the video. And make sure to check out our Twitch channel. Again, twitch.tv/brahwegotthis on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come by, troll me, say hello. The link is in the description. And again, you can join our Discord and our guild. The link is in the description. Last thing is I want to give a shout out to all the patrons that have joined. Thank you so much to everyone that is a patron, and thank you for supporting the content even further. If you'd like to join Patreon, you can become a patron in the link below. You get early access to my videos and much more content, so check that out below. But until next time, y'all, just remember to have faith, be great, and I'll see you guys and gals on ESO.